Well, COVID got me back into sailing.
That's what I thought.
So the ILCA Sevens had a really close competition here at Parkstone Yacht Club. It's the first Masters qualifiers. But you came away with the win. Can you introduce yourself? Tell us about your weekend.
I'm Chris Whalley. I'm from here, Parkstone. Been sailing lasers stroke ILCAs for, well, years.
Did that home club advantage pay off, do you think?
Maybe a little bit with the tide. The tide's quite strong here in different places, so that probably had an advantage. With Alan sailing here now, he knows about those things as well. So.
It came down to tiebreaker situation and most first.
Yeah, apparently. I got 2 and Alan got none.
So it's not just being consistent, but having that little winner's edge. Very different 6 races. What do you think was the reason it all came together for you this weekend?
Not sure really. Maybe a bit of consistency. I had 2 sort of 9th, so I was still in the top 10 in all races, I suppose. But yeah, I suppose just a bit of consistency.
And any special plans for this year? It's early doors, but hopefully summer is on its way.
Sailing here, I'm going to go to Hailing for the Masters Nationals. I got a small one, so I don't get to do too much other stuff now. So
I assume you mean a child.
Yeah. Do pool week, end of August as well. Yeah.
Right, so now I've got somebody at their first ever ILCA 6 event, as in the Masters. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, it's great to be old enough to be able to attend, and I'm a regular sailor at Parkstone Yacht Club anyway. But this is the first Masters event. Heard a lot about it from the kind of the more senior people in the fleet, and
peer pressure from the locals.
A little bit like that. But heard a lot of great things from kind of previous national events, previous qualifiers, and just thought I'd get involved.
And can you tell us about your weekend? Because I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere, and it's a competitive fleet. I mean, we're old, but the fighting spirit's always there.
Yeah, well, thankfully I didn't have to travel far, being the home club, so the admin was very easy, just kind of turned up, registered, and the weekend, 2 days of hard competitive racing, a bit bigger fleet than what you typically get at your kind of home club, particularly here as well, so great to be part of it, a good spectacle.
And can you just, any words of wisdom for people who are thinking about coming to do one of these events in the future, and can we drag you to another one?
Oh, just give it a go, really. I've only been sailing again for the last kind of 2 years intermittently.
So did real life get in the way?
Well, COVID got me back into sailing because suddenly you have like a bit more free time, right? But yeah, so this is kind of like the biggest event that I've ever done. I've done a couple of pool weeks down here at Parkstone Yacht Club, but to get into a fleet of 30, 40 boats is quite impressive, and thankfully I've got a very old boat, so people tend to stay away from me because I think they're much newer boats and clearly more expensive. So
that's how it works, is it? I think Ben Ainsley used to have a very indestructible oppie when he first started, which he took advantage of a similar idea. I'm not quite sure about that. Any particular plans for the end of the year? Do you think you said you're going to do the pool week? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so that's a kind of last week of August, I believe. All the kind of details are on the Parkstone Yacht Club website. But that's kind of like 5 days of sailing, all in the afternoon. Typically getting kind of 2 kind of races, mostly triangle sausage races, but also kind of around the harbour races as well. That's great. That's a great event. Probably about 50 kind of boats enter from like the ILCA fleet across 6s and 7s, and there's a kind of full kind of social, social kind of stuff if you're that way inclined.
Which is very important at sailing events.
Absolutely, and I'm really impressed about how everyone attended the bar last night as well. There was people kind of enjoying each other's company until late as well, which is good to see.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I guess you don't have far to go.
No, thank you, and it was nice following you around the course today.
If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share and subscribe.
We did 3 laps on race 1.